Hey, yo, check it, check it, check it. Okay, I'm up here watching. I'm multitasking. I'm watching and listening to this episode of Poor Minds with Carlos Miller. I'm also pausing that to watch this playthrough from Max Fox. Whenever he did his first video from the 7 Days to Die update. That was like a couple of days ago, maybe like last Friday. Um, I'm also getting content for the next woman that I'm going to do slideshows on. All right. Um, and while I'm here on my page, I want to congratulate and thank everybody who has been subscribing to my page because you have gotten me up to 1,800 subscribers. So, yay! You, mother stinkers. I appreciate everybody who comes through and who's watching my shit. I'm getting more views on my gaming, to where I would only get one or two views. I'm getting 3, 4, and 5. Now, I'm a simple person. I'm a simple nigga, period. The extra 1 to 2 to 3 views means so much to me, especially when it comes down to the video games that I'm uploading. And as a matter of fact, I just got finished editing a video and I need to upload it. So I'm over here, I'm watching the Poor Minds. I'm listening to the Poor Minds. And Carlos Miller, or just Carlos period, reminded me of some shit that I used to do. And I think it's very, very special. And I think it's very, very important. When I was a young man, I would meet young females that had kids. Now, I'm 46, so late 80s, going into the 90s, there was a lot of kids having kids. All right, crack epidemic came through, fucked up a lot of shit. Kids didn't have their parents because the parents was strung out, all right? Strung out on crack. Grandparents wasn't around because the grandparents would get into a fight with the parents, and the parents would be like, well, you ain't gonna see your grandkids, all right? So, my generation was a bunch of kids having kids. Now, mind you, throughout history, there's always been somebody who's 13, 14, a female that's 13, 14 years old getting pregnant. It's always been there. It's not going to go anywhere unless parents start raising their children better. But Carlos was on some shit like the females that on Poor Minds, it's their podcast. I was asking Carlos, what do he do for females when he take them out? And he's like, yo, he take them to Walmart. Well, no. What started it was he was like, females are naturally going to give a guy the side eye, like, what you trying to do this for? You know what I mean? You just ain't doing this just to be cool. And Carlos, he was like, yo, as a matter of fact, that's true. So a female has to be comfortable. And they was asking him, so what do you do when you take a woman out? And he's like, well, shit. He was on some shit like a guy got to be able to have a sincere agenda, because the female, she's going to know whether or not, that guy is being sincere or not, because, she's going to get some kind of vibe, right? And so, he was talking about taking females out and surprising them by taking them to Walmart. And the females was like, no, 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 And so he was like, yo, a dude is gonna do damn near anything and everything that a woman want, but how often will a female come across a guy that's gonna do the things that she needs, regardless of whether she want to do it at that time or not? And so the females are still disagreeing with him, and she's like, you ain't gonna be taking me to no damn Walmart. If I need some shit, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have that shit done before you even come around, type shit. So anyway, he was just like, man, look, and I'm gonna skip through some shit, but he was like, basically, he was like, man, especially if a woman got kids, taking her to go do the things that she really need, you know what I'm saying, is on point, pretty much. Gotta do this shit, for the kids especially. And it just reminded me of all the times that I was on my stepdaddy shit, dealing with these females with kids. Knowing that I come from a home where my mother brought a bunch of dudes around. I ain't gonna say a bunch of dudes around, but it was enough dudes to say a bunch of dudes. You know what I'm saying? And trying to make them, making us call them stepdaddy and all that kind of shit. And they was trash. And I remember that I was like, if I ever met a female with kids, I wanted to make sure that they kids remembered me as a person, as a guy that was in their life that was doing good shit. And it was a lot of times that I had met females that I wasn't trying to fuck. You know what I mean? It was just like, yo, everybody got to go through hardships. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody got to go through hardships. Everybody goes through hardships every now and then. And so, I was just like, man, having so many memories of trying to do right for so many people. It fucks with me sometimes, because I get passionate, I get emotional, and when I don't get that type of love returned back to me, I'm just like, man, it just shows me how fucked up the world is. Because, when I first heard about, do unto others as you want them to do unto you, I was just like, man, well, shit, take that to heart, man, because for some reason, you just want good shit to happen to you or for you. And so I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, all the memories that I have of treating a woman right, treating her kids right, and you know what I'm saying, whether we were dating or whether we were just platonic. See, my mom, she had some platonic friends, and I seen how well that worked, but then it's like I seen how she would keep a platonic friend longer than she would keep somebody that she was fucking. And that also kept the memory in my head, of what type of nigga I was going to be. And it's true to what they say as far as people coming in your life for many different reasons. And since you just really don't know what they're in your life for, you know, you gotta believe that you can't put nothing past them. They're gonna do, or they're capable of doing damn near anything, whether it's for you, whether it's for them, you know what I'm saying, or anything to hurt you, just to get what they want, type shit. So, you know, growing up, I had to try to learn as much as I could, and then I tried to use it, the knowledge that I was picking up and things. You know, like when you hear music, you know, you try to pick up on the good shit that come out of music, that come out of the story that somebody's trying to tell. You wanna, you know, it's like I want somebody to feel this way about me. You know, in a good way. If somebody remembers me, I want them to remember me for something good. And so, you know, listening to Karlous, I was just like, man, yeah, I remember being a good friend, or dating someone and being a good role model for their kids and shit. But it's like the relationship just never worked. It's hard on a step parent because it's not your child. And one way or another, you know, when it comes down to discipline, that should be from the parent. Yeah, I mean, that's their biological responsibility. It's their biological child. Well, that's the child's biological parent. You know what I mean? My first wife had done some, or had said some shit to me that fucked me up. And she was like, if you want his respect, you'll go whoop him. Because, you know, her son was going, you know, was just being a kid, but doing some bad shit. And I was just sitting there like, yo, I'm only the stepdad. So what kind of memory is he gonna have if I go in there, you know what I'm saying, put my hands on him, you know, like whoop him and shit? You know, what kind of memory is gonna leave him? Because I got memories of dudes whooping me, you know what I'm saying? 1 minute they're here, 1 minute they're gone. But my mother, you know, allowed them to whoop on me. And I remember there was this day that just about that same, I think it was that same day that she was talking about that shit about me needing to go up there, you know, go up to his bedroom, give him a whooping and shit. Man, I took my belt off. He was already spooked about that. Was trying to talk to him and things. Left, went downstairs, and he was still acting ass. So I went back upstairs, cause she was still throwing that shit in my ear. You know what I'm saying? Still throwing that shit in my ear about, you know, I need to whoop him and things like that. And I'm just like, man. I went upstairs and I started hitting the bed with my belt, and it was making, you know, that clapping sound from a belt. You know what I'm saying? That and it made him cry. And you know, each time I hit the bed, he'll scream out loud, you know, cry out. I would say cry out loud. And I'm trying to find Tom Girl Gaming's channel. But anyway, I had done enough of that. It was like 4, 5, 6, 7 times or something, and she come busting in the door, cussing me out, yelling at me and shit, telling me I'm doing too much and that's not what she was really wanting me to do, and all this kind of shit. And mind you, I had not touched him one time. All I could do was just sit there and look at her, look at him, and be like, yo, I tried to tell you. And she wasn't having all that. She was like, get out, get out, get out. So I went ahead and I went downstairs, and some time went by. I believe she had that, that mother to son talk with him and things. And come to find out that, she come to find out that I hadn't even touched him. Man, she felt so fucking bad. And you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's like, she didn't have to put herself in that position. She really didn't have to put herself in that position. And I wish that she had not put herself in that position, because it was something that put us, it was something that put a rift between us, something I had never forgotten, and something that she had, I thought I was sub to her, and something that she had, I don't know if she still remembers it or not, but it's just something that, I had to hold on to, because I don't like to argue with people. And after, we exchange a few words and we can't communicate well, I'm just like, all right, man, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm on some fuck it. You know what I mean? If you wanted to have it your way, fuck it. It just means that our time together is only temporary, because, I can't sit up here and see myself being with somebody and we can't communicate. And so I already start putting borrowed time between us, putting that arm length between us and shit, because I just pick up on that vibe that, man, it ain't nothing good gonna come from this shit. But anyway, watching that video, that the interview, basically, that podcast, just reminded me of all the times that I tried to be that Mr. Nice, that Mr. Nice guy. And even though they say that nice guys finish last, I felt like it was something important to do. Something that, they said back in, I heard as I was growing up that we needed more brown leaders. We needed more, brown father figures and role models and things like that. And so I'm like, man, it's fucked up. And this is where I get passionate and emotional about. It's fucked up that whenever guys come around and they try to be sincere with a woman, especially when they got kids, that woman still, just be on that bullshit and end up chasing the dude away. You know what I mean? And then he take all that loving that he has and he goes looking for love in all the wrong people. In all the wrong places as well. You know what I mean? It's like when my first wife, I've said this so many times. We became friends before we were lovers. And we were lovers before, no, it was friends. We were friends before we were in a relationship. And then we were in a relationship before we became lovers. And we combined all that into, into a marriage. But one, I think we got married too quickly. And two, I think we got married for the wrong reasons. Because, it's just one of those things, man. We should not have clashed. We shouldn't have bumped heads. One of the great things about relationships is, in the beginning, everything is cool. You go through that infatuation, you go through that lust, you go through that me too. What I mean is, like, you'll be talking and you'll be like, I like doing this. The other person's like, me too. They'll say they like doing this, then I'll be like, me too. They dislike this, ooh, me too. I dislike this, ooh, me too. That type shit. And then we think we just so fucking compatible. but we didn't go deep enough, you know what I'm saying? So something I used to always try to do would be like, man, look, we gonna go through puppy love, we gonna go through infatuation, we gonna go through all that shit. My thing is, what are we gonna be like after a year? What are we gonna be like after 2 years? Let's try to stretch a friendship out for as long as we can. Let's be open-minded about the shit. You fuck who you wanna fuck, I fuck who I wanna fuck, but the overall goal is to find out who we are as individuals and to find out how well we are with each other. You know what I'm saying? I'll be wanting to know how she take care of her bills, how she handle her shit. Then I want her to know that about me. You know what I'm saying? And every single time I ask for this shit, the females would be like, nah, they ain't with it. It's like they was in a hurry to get into a situation that they thought that I could help them get into. Basically. Some people don't like being single. You know what I'm saying? And I give people a chance. And it's crazy. And I used to be like, man, it's crazy. I'm crazy for being that type of way where I'm like, even though I know that me and this person is moving too fast, I'll give it a chance. Let's see what happens. So, yeah, man, it's a trip, man. That's why, you know, every time I talk about relationship shit, I hope that folks, you know, watch the video and try to get some understanding where I'm coming from, to where I'm like, I don't want to see anybody having to go in and out of relationships just to gain experiences that they're really going to learn. It's like they gain experiences that they are really going to only pay attention to when they get into their 30s and 40s. You know what I'm saying? Not as regrets, but basically regrets. Be like, man, if I could have learned, you know, in a different way than I would have. Because, you know, it's like when you put your time and your life into people, you know what I mean? You really want something to come from it. At least that's what I think, and at least that's what a lot of people have told me. So I'm the type of person, I was always the type of person that learned vicariously through other people. I didn't want to have a bunch of bad memories of going through shit that I could have just learned from. You know what I mean? Being like, yo, that didn't work for that person. You know what I'm saying? Why would I fucking do it? But anyway, yeah, man, that podcast, it was cool as fuck. I like the questions that those young ladies be asking. I've seen a few of their videos, and I'm gonna leave a link to their channel in the description box. There's times when I'm multitasking and I want to hear something. I want something in my ear, and I don't be wanting to hear the news. I'm like, man, fuck the news. They might tell me something cool 1 minute, but majority of the time, when I tune into them, I'm like, man, what are you going to tell me? I mean, when are you going to tell me the shit that I really want to know? You know what I mean? It's like, it's so many things that are important to me, and they don't talk on that shit. And I'll be like, man, fuck y'all. So I listen to other shit like interviews. I like watching interviews, listen to interviews and things. You know, when I hear an interview from people that already made it, they talk about the blues. You know what I'm saying? They talk about the shit that they went through to get to where they are. And there I am, learning vicariously through them. Like, I wouldn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I like poetry. I write poetry. I write some pretty damn good poetry. And my biggest problem is that my memory sucks. I can't memorize my poems, so I have to constantly read them off of paper. But if I had the gift or the capability, the capacity to remember my shit, man, I could turn this shit into songs. I could turn it into rap. You know what I'm saying? Just takes a little tweaking, but it could happen. I love to sing even though I can't sing. You know what I mean? I like to freestyle even though I'm not a rapper. You know what I mean? So it's like it's in my genetics. It's in there to be creative like that. But anyway, to get back to the topic and to end this video, for the fellas that are out there, you know, and you're thinking of getting into relationships and things, man, think about the long run. Think about the whole big picture of you and this person together, and take your time. Don't settle for less. I've done that so many times, and all I've gotten is experiences of being in and out of relationships because I didn't stick to my guns. You know what I mean? I wanted a certain type of female, and in order for me to have children, I needed a certain type of female, so that way we can have a successful family and have, you know, some success at bringing our kids up, you know, as a team partnership. But I didn't stick to my guns. I came close to it a few times, but I didn't stick to my guns. I got selfish, and I have to admit it. You know, I got selfish. There was times when I wasn't so selfish, and I just took too much risk, and it just didn't work out. You know what I mean? There's so many experiences that I missed out on because I had been in other situations. Obligations. It's like when you're in a relationship, you're obligated to be responsible for that other person's feelings, for that other person's livelihood, things like that. And there's a lot of people who don't take that responsibility serious. So you got a lot of scorned men and women out there. And ladies, whenever you're thinking about being in relationships and you're tired of being lonely and shit like that, you gotta think, man. If you can't be happy by yourself and on your own, then you sure as fuck ain't gonna have the easiest time when you're in a relationship, because it has its own complex levels. You're gonna be looking for your happiness, but while you're looking for your happiness, you gotta deal with other levels. And it's like everything's gotta run smooth to be completely happy. So, come on, man. Y'all gotta have better judgment too. There's nothing wrong with trying to figure yourself out while you're trying to figure somebody else out, as long as you have time and space to do it. You know what I mean? Time and space makes diamonds. You know what I'm saying? And it makes, you know what I'm saying, a garden grow. You know what I mean? So the more you nurture that relationship, that friendship, you know what I'm saying, the better off you are. It's like, say that y'all are fucking different people every now and then. What's wrong with sitting in and watching them fuck somebody? You be like, just makes you a little bit more hornier, makes you a little bit more curious. Be like, well, shit. If this female's giving him the business like that, I wonder what it's gonna be like whenever I get in that shit tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Or the next day, or whatever. You know what I mean? You still gotta fuck each other, but there's nothing wrong with fucking other people. You know what I'm saying? And then instead of being curious of who that person's fucking, you just go along with them. You know what I mean? That way you know. And you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no questions of what'd you do? Who'd you do it with? How long was it? What did y'all do afterwards? Did you really like it? Was they better than me? Type shit. Dudes be like, was his dick better than mine? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of females, they think they want some big dick, and then they be like, ooh, no. I liked what I had over there. You know what I'm saying? They be like, the experience was okay, but, yeah, damn, I don't want to do that no more. Or they might want some dick that's not so big. And they be like, I gotta find some dick that's like right in the middle. It's the same thing with pussy. You know what I mean? Be like, man, this pussy is wet and deep, but it's too wide. or this piece of pussy is dry and shallow. You know what I'm saying? And it's not deep enough for it's all kind of, our bodies, need compatibility too. You know what I mean? Size of a guy's dick gotta be compatible with a woman's vagina. You know what I'm saying? It's all kind of shit about relationships that people are missing out on because they're not taking the time to mature. Whether mature individually or mature in the relationship, in that friendship. You know what I'm saying? You should be friends before you're in a relationship. And before you start fucking and things like that, you need to have that friendship. Can you trust this person? Are they loyal? You know what I mean? Are they really consistent? Are they there? Are they really going to be there through thick and through thin? Why go through the whole marriage procedure? You know what I mean? When you already got it, what the fuck you need to go through the marriage for? The whole thing of getting married. You know what I'm saying? What you need vows for when you're already doing it. Doesn't make any sense. When I was younger, folks didn't get married. You know what I'm saying? You're too busy living. The fuck you need to get married for? They had common law marriages. You know what I'm saying? And there was so many common law marriages that they were making policies, legal and illegal policies of what you can do and what you can't do. Things like that. I remember there was a movie called Burning Bed. And in that movie, Burning Bed, they had to make laws for people who get into those relationships like that. Because this shit was happening so often. You know what I mean? You got laws and shit that keep people from getting abused. And you got laws and shit. They got loopholes in it. They keep allowing people to get abused, victimized, and shit like that. The world is crazy. And people have not been able to fix all the problems. There's loopholes in every fucking thing. So anyway, I get inspired by a lot of different people, a lot of different topics, a lot of different forms of entertainment. And I'm glad I can come to YouTube and run my fucking mouth and you know what I'm saying, multitask and all that kind of good shit. Because here it is, boom, and the time that it took me to sit up here and finish my thought, I was able to upload another video to my channel, and hopefully, folks will enjoy it. I love this game, 7 Days to Die. It's a great fucking game. I just wrote a message. I left a comment on the Fun Pimps on one of their latest videos about a lot of ideas, about 3 or 4 ideas that I had that I'd like for them to enforce, so the way I can play the game in different ways that I like to play it. So anyway, they have been able to make the game better and better and better throughout the years because they do listen to their the people who play the game, and the different ideas that they use and have and things. I mean, different ideas that they have. The developers have used it to make the game better. So you just never know. That's why my disclaimer is, I'm not the smartest person in the world, and I'm not the dumbest person. There's some things that I've researched. There's a whole lot of shit that I still need to research. What I need you to do is to question everything that I'm talking about. I need you to do some research on your own about the topics that I talk about. And I need you to form your own opinion. And when you form your own opinion, the best thing that you can do is share it with somebody. The reason why I think you should share it with somebody is because you never know when someone is thinking about the same shit that you're thinking about, or had that thought once before and just didn't have anybody to talk to. I'm telling you, man, you just never know when someone's gonna be like-minded. And it's fucked up to sit back and have some thoughts that you just can't express to anybody else, because the people that you're around really don't fuck with you like that, with those thoughts that you have. So we all need a platform to be able to communicate with other people, to get things off our chest, to purge our minds of all these different things that that we come across and when we talk about and think about or want to talk about. So anyway, I'm gonna get off of here, man. Fucking like I said, I'll leave a link to Poor Mind's channel, and you can check out their videos and the different people that come on their podcasts. A lot of humor. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of humor, a lot of entertainment, a lot of energy, positive energy. I want all my viewers to walk away from my videos with positivity. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give y'all a bunch of bullshit. Life is going to do that anyway. I don't want to help the universe clutter your mind with bullshit. So anyway, have a good day, have a good night, have a good morning. Peace.